From the mind of Mark Yoshimoto Nemkov.
All right, longtime loyal viewer Zach just clued me in on a deal at Universal Audio. They have their Pick 6 plugins. That means if you buy the 3 plugin pack and you get 3 more free, that's 6 for $400. And he asked, what 6 plugins would you get for VO? Well, that's easy. Let's do this. So, first and foremost, CVOX. CVOX is too expensive on its own. All right, you don't want to pay $349 just for CVOX, even though it's worth it. But it makes every single microphone you have, even the noisy ones, really usable. So I love it. So definitely get CVOX, without a doubt. Oxford Dynamic EQ. Now, I know a lot of you are like, what do I do with this thing? Honestly, I'm not even sure what I do with this thing. I just found this one preset, right? It's clarity. And clarity sounds really good. And I just kind of tweaked it a little bit to give it my own little thing. I just gave it a little low end kind of little help here. And so without it, right? So here it is without. And then if I put it back in, it gets a little bit more pop to it. So I like it. It's very simple. And for a Pick 6 deal, for something like that, I think it's absolutely worth it. It's really kind of an essential flavor in my favorite chain here. Neve DFC. Goes without saying, get Neve DFC. Neve DFC, if you haven't really had much experience with it, it's a little wonky and a little weird. But what makes it great is that it's a complete one-to-one digital port of the software inside of this console. This is based on a digital broadcast console that is used really widely in television and film. Now, so it really gives you the sound of broadcast, and I put it last in my chain in order to kind of glue everything together. So, Neve DFC goes without saying. All right, if you don't have a decent de-esser, the Precision de-esser is really good. And the thing I like about it, I think there are better de-essers out there, but what I like about it is that it has very low impact on your DSP, and it works quite well. So Precision de-esser, if you don't have one. And then, so that's 4 right there. That's 4 picks. So if you had 2 more to choose, what would you pick? I would say pick a channel strip if you don't have one. All right, so my go-to is always the SSL. I love the sparkle up top of the SSL. And that has to do with really the way that the SSL kind of breaks up on the high end. It adds the signature SSL sparkle, which I think helps your VO cut through a mix. So love the SSL, but also if you're looking for something clean, an option, the Neve 88RS. People call the Neve 88RS the Neve SSL because it's really clean. And I think it was developed primarily to record like orchestras and stuff, like real, stuff you want really pristine. For broadcast, for, really it's not a rock and roll style console like a Neve is. So the Neve 88RS is really cool. So it's very clean. It definitely has a broadcast-y sound. Then if you want to add just a little bit of color, right? The Avalon 737, this thing is great. I really like it because it does add like a tubey flavor to it without it being too tubey. It doesn't have too much of that tube low-end woof to it. So Avalon 737 is a great plugin. And then last but not least, if you're looking for another tube-ish flavor, Manly Voxbox. And of course, what you should do is you should demo these preamps if you don't have them already, because, not every single preamp is going to sound great on every voice. So Voxbox, Avalon 737, Neve 88RS, SSL. Those would be my 4 choices to pick from if I had to pick two channel strips, if I didn't have either. And then again, my top 4 would be CVOX, Oxford Dynamic EQ, DFC, and Precision de-esser. So there you go. So thank you, Zach, for cluing me in on this deal. This sounds like a really great deal. And if I didn't have these plugins, I would absolutely jump in and get them for $400. Because I think if you were to buy any of these 6 plugins, you would probably only be able to get like 2 of them for $400. So, so if you're inclined, I believe this deal, right, ends on the 25th. Isn't that what it said? So yeah, Deal, ends 11/25. So if you're looking for a deal on universal audio plugins, at the end of the year they always have something like this. So take advantage of it and get CVOX for a fraction of what you would pay for it otherwise. Trust me, you will thank me later for getting CVOX. All right, what do you think? What plugins do you want? Hey, thank you again, Zach, and until next time, this is Mark Yoshimoto Nemkov, fading to black.